that's part of the reason I encouraged them, because if we're making this kind of independent film that is our vision and it's our thing and we have autonomy, we wanted to make stuff that other people wouldn't let us make. So, you know, what he said, and it was kind of like, look, no one else is going to let you make that, so you have to make it, you know, so.
Exactly. Well said, well said.
Exactly.
Well said.
Hello, Gigi, Mike, Alejandro.
Hi.
Hello.
Hi, how are you?
Yeah, thank you so much for your time. A pleasure to talk to you, and very excited about this project. Oh my God, Satanic Hispanics. It's really, really cool. I'll watch it. So I'm going to start with you, Mike, how this idea came about and why you guys decide to group together and do this amazing project.
I had worked with Epic Pictures in the past, and we did an anthology called Tales of Halloween, and I just like working with other filmmakers. It's fun to kind of like almost like a jam band, bring people together and kind of like bring different artists together. And I really wanted, they were open to doing another anthology, and there's so many good ones. You have the VHS series, and you have the Mortuary collection, and you have Nightmare Cinema, or whatever, you know, there's so many already great anthologies that we really felt that we wanted to do something different and exciting. And then Alejandro said, when are we going to make Satanic Hispanics, the all-Latino anthology? And he was kidding. And for me, I didn't know he was kidding. So here we are. So
you should make more jokes, Alejandro, and it'll come true.
Know.
I try not to, because every time I say something stupid, I end up making a movie.
So keep going. Keep bringing those, let's say, stupid ideas, which they are not. I don't think they are, because they became like great projects and everything. So Gigi, can you talk a little bit about your short, your part, which is a short, and now Nahuales, and like the challenge to bring that together?
Awesome. No, for sure. I mean, it was really cool to be approached by both Alejandro and Mike with the opportunity to be yourself. It doesn't happen very often that you have that creative freedom in your projects. And what a better way to do it in an anthology that represents all of our backgrounds, and also an anthology that breaks the stereotype that all Latinos are the same. And no, we're not, you know? And you know, bringing Nahuales was a story of the folklore of the Mayans that I've been wanting to tell for a long time. And it's thanks to this anthology that the biggest challenge we got to do was to actually go back home to my country of Mexico and shoot there. I hadn't done that before. I've been making Canada look like Mexico every single time, and I've run out of actors and places to film. So it was perfect to actually have that challenge, have that opportunity to go back to Mexico and make the movie as authentic as possible.
That's amazing. Wow, that's amazing. Really cool that you're able to come back there and give your like real touch to your story.
Totally.
Amazing. So Alejandro, you also have your short part over there. Can you talk a little bit about the Hammer of Zanzibar and what's the challenge to bring that together?
What can I say? I also had, again, another stupid idea, and I'm gonna try not to spoil this, but like I think it was coming out of or I actually during like a really hard gig, like and I needed to do something where I felt myself again. And I mentioned to Mike one day, I said, I had this stupid idea. It's so ridiculous, and I need you to talk me out of it. And I told him what I had in mind for the Hammer of Zanzibar, and Mike was like, oh no, you have to do that. Like, maybe I can talk to the others and they will talk me out of it. So in one of our sessions, I mentioned it to all the other directors, and I was like, I have this idea, please tell me not to do it. And they all laughed, and they said, you have to do it. And so I guess I had to. They pushed me into it.
I still think that was the best conversation we've had on WhatsApp.
Yeah.
I still think the day that you told us.
Let's not get into spoilers.
Yeah.
But yeah, I remember your laughter. I was like, oh my God, all these people.
And if I may, I mean, that's part of the reason I encouraged him, because if we're making this kind of independent film that is our vision and it's our thing and we have autonomy, we wanted to make stuff that other people wouldn't let us make. So, you know, what he said, and it was kind of like, look, no one else is going to let you make that, so you have to make it, you know, so.
Exactly.
Well said, well said.
Exactly.
And you know, it was a blast. It's one of the things I have done I'm most proud of.
Yeah, no, it's really, really cool. And then the way that you guys work together, all the stories, and you have the traveler talking about it, telling us, and Efren, oh my God, he's amazing. So Mike, what was about Efren Ramirez that made you pick him to be your perfect traveler?
I mean, I will admit it wasn't like I didn't think like, oh my God, the guy from Napoleon Dynamite, he's totally got to be the lead in this. But, you know, when we were kind of looking at different people who felt, you know, right for it, well, first off, enthusiasm goes a long way for me. So my friend Greg Grunberg, who I did Big Ass Spider with and is also in this film, he was friends with Efren, and he told Efren about the project, and we sent him the script, and the next thing I get is a message from the traveler, in character, with music and the whole thing. And, you know, just that kind of commitment off the bat, like, you know, already he wants to do it, he's in character, he's creating stuff. You want to work with that kind of enthusiasm, and you want to find people to collaborate with that are as committed to it and as into it as you are. So when he was just already on board, it was kind of like, God, that wasn't who I was thinking of, but now I can't see it any other way. He's the traveler.
Really traveler.
And he was so good.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's so good. All the actors are like, everything is so good. And also what I love about this project, how much practical effects you guys use it, and that is the best, you know, that is the best. And how important for you, like, to use the practical effects against, like, not again, instead of using CGI? Gigi or Alejandro?
I've been a big fan of practical effects my whole career. Definitely, I try to make it a signature in our films that the gore and all those practical crazy moments are the ones that stand out. And I think all of us come from independent film as a background, that we know when to use the budget for certain things. And definitely, like, for me, the priority is if I only have enough budget for that one, maybe two iconic set pieces of the movie, I'm gonna make sure I really put the effort in that. So what is that thing that's gonna feel earned? It's gonna be satisfying, and it's gonna be so worth the wait. Because I always find that if you sprinkle practical effects everywhere, when you're limited in time and budget, it only comes across half as good as what it could have been. When you put it all in one, go for it. And if you need to fix a little bit with visual effects, fine. But there's something very raw about practical effects that I prefer than visual.
Also, we have, I mean, obviously, I'm not against CG at all, but you're having more fun when you have the stuff there.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, I agree.
Mike and I have a friend who's one of the best sculptors in town, Norman Cabrera, who's also Cuban, and he did San La Muerte for Mike, and he sculpted the Hammer of Zanzibar, which is sitting right there behind me. So, you know, it's also great to see all that stuff come to life and actually get to play with it. It's just more fun.
Yeah, and it's more fun for us to watch
I don't think we have the budget to go full CG anyways.
No, but I think it's more fun for us to watch it. When we're watching, I think it's more like El Vampiro. I love it, and I love all of them. Like, everything is so well done. It's so good. It's so good, and I love it. So, and also I bet you guys use a lot of like diversity, like a lot of like Latinos on behind the cameras as well, not just in front of the cameras. How important for you guys to bring those diverse groups to work with you, Mike?
Extremely important. I mean, you know, as part of the whole assignment of the whole project, you know, we wanted to showcase Latin talent both in front of the camera and behind the camera. So I was very committed to as many Latino crew members that we could. If we could get Latino production designers, DPs, we couldn't do it, all, it's a diverse crew overall, but we really wanted to spotlight those voices. So mainly because it just had never been done before. And so that was just kind of the reason of like, look, if we're going to do it, let's commit to this.
Yeah, that's
I think mine was the one that had a non-Latino lead in Jonah Ray, but like since we were working on the script, we knew that we wanted that one to be about, well, what happens when white people messes with our stuff. But everyone else in the cast, well, not my demon Morgana, but when she's a demon and she's great. But yeah, the idea was always like to have as many people in front and behind the camera from a Latino background.
Yeah, and representation is very important. And Gigi, you like a female director, you've been like in this business for some years already, and what do you see like us in the future, like for Latinos, especially for female filmmakers?
For sure. No, I feel very fortunate to be a filmmaker during the time of change. There's still a lot of room to keep changing, but it's been pretty amazing that, I don't think I could have said this when I graduated film school, but now today, the demand for authenticity, the demand for underrepresented voices, just that truthfulness of all these voices that don't get to tell a story. It's really nice that today you can be a filmmaker. And it's projects like Satanic Hispanic that allows us to come in and play as well. But it's a responsibility for me as a minority, as a Latina, as a female, that if there's a project that I can't do, I have to recommend who's next. And I have to leave that open door for that Latina that is after me. So it's a game where we are all responsible for that change, and I see that happening, and that makes me really, really happy. But at the end of the day, you also have to work really hard. You have to work super hard. But I've been very fortunate to be paired with awesome guys like here with Lucha Gore, my homies, with hermanos like Alejandro and Mike that just see me not just like a check mark, oh, we need a Latina. They see me as their sister, they see me as their friend, as a filmmaker. And that at the end of the day is the goal in this industry, is just pick people who are talented, not based on a check mark. We still have to get there, but these are the kind of projects that will help us get there so we can keep telling these stories.
Yeah, that's amazing. That's the important part, because they need to see us as a filmmaker, as a writer, as a not just because you
need that person. Exactly.
Yeah, exactly. Guys, I just want to thank you so much for your time. It's a pleasure to meet you. And muchas gracias. Muito obrigada.
A ti, gracias.
Muito obrigada. I'm from Brazil, and for Latinos, we are all together. Thank you so much.
Exactly. Gracias.
Ciao. Bye.
All right. Have a good day.
If you like this video, don't forget to comment, to like, and subscribe to our channel right here.